start the session. Yeah, Deepak, are you there? Yeah, and could you please mute your mic and we'll start our session?
Okay.
Okay, then it's fine. So today I'm going to show you content and I'm going to give the some basic things. Yeah. Yeah, before that, I'm going to give this brief introduction for me. So I'm Sai. Actually, I have 4 years of experience in ABAP and ABAP on HANA. So right now I implemented ABAP on HANA. So this is the content for ABAP on HANA. So we are going to discussing about HANA overview and SAP HANA Studio or Eclipse IDE. So we are going to show you how to install ABAP on HANA Studio and SAP. You can use Eclipse IDE also. This is the open source. Now we are going to discussing about SQL programming in HANA. Now we are going to discussing about object-oriented ABAP. So after next we are going to discussing about ABAP development on HANA. So I'm going to show you, no worry, in the next couple of sessions. So now next I'm going to show you new age of OpenSQL enhancement in HANA. This is the one of the most important concept in as a developer. Now next we are going to discussing about CDS in ABAP and HANA. So like core data services. So this is also very advanced concept because so previously we are implemented ABAP code, but that ABAP code won't support. This is the very advanced concept like CDS views, like core data services. Some annotations are available. I will tell you in the later. Now next we are going to discussing about AMDP in ABAP on HANA. Now next we are going to discussing about ADBC in ABAP on HANA. Now next we are going to discussing about ALV IDA in ABAP on HANA, as well as we are going to discussing about ODATA services, Fury apps. Now next we are going to discussing about overview of migration to the S4 HANA, because previously we are using ECC 6.0. So now present trending is S4 HANA. So in the next couple of years in 2025 there is no ECC systems. Entire SAP system converting to the S4 HANA. So on that time we have to learn about migration to the S4 HANA. I'm going to show you steps and all those things. Now next we are going to discussing about how to optimize the existing programming in ABAP HANA, like enhancement. No worry, I'm going to show you. So now next in HANA overview, we are going to discussing about what is SAP HANA and why we are going to the SAP HANA, what is S4 HANA. Now next we are going to discussing about what is Sutan HANA, what is the difference between the Sutan HANA and S4 HANA, and as well as we are going to discussing about HANA landscape design. And now next we are going to discussing about HANA architecture and overview. So there are different types of scenarios are available. So the main scenarios like main care scenario and side care scenario. We are going to discussing about main care scenario, side care scenario difference. Now next we are going to discussing about SAP HANA accelerators. So now next, one of the most important concepts in HANA, what is the difference between the column store and row store, and what is column store, what is row store. So what is the difference between the column store and row store? We'll discussing later in the next couple of minutes. So now next we are going to discussing about SAP HANA Studio. So we are going to learn about what is HANA Studio and Eclipse IDE tools, how to install HANA Studio and Eclipse IDE. Now next we are going to discussing about adding tools in Eclipse. Now next we are going to discussing about perspectives and views. Now next we are going to discussing about schemas and some catalogs, content provisions on in HANA database. I'm going to show you in the next couple of minutes. So in SQL programming in HANA, so we are going to discussing about what is data type, what is operator, what is expression, what is functions. You know well. So as ABAP developers, like data types like integer, characters, double strings. In operators like like addition, subtraction, multiplications, like like logical operators. Now next expressions, so I am going to show you in the next couple of minutes. So what is data types, operators, expression, functions in depth. So now next we are going to discussing about object oriented ABAP. So here we are going to discussing about what is class and object, how to create a class, how to use that particular class into our programming. Now next we are going to discussing about some instance and components of the classes. Now next we are going to discussing about local classes and global classes. So what is the difference between the local classes and global classes? So how to use that particular global class in our program, and how to create local classes, and how to use that particular local class in our program. So I'm going to show you at the programming level. Now next we are going to show you the types of instance. Now next we are going to discussing about the visibilities of component. Now next we are going to discussing about class constructors and constructors. What is constructors, how to create a constructors, how to call that particular construction into our program, how to use that particular class constructors. I am going to show you at the programming level. Now next we are going to discussing about some statics or instance of attributes of methods. So and as well as we are going to show you how to use that particular methods, importing and exporting tables and return parameters. Well, like when we are calling the method, then automatically some importing, exporting tables, return parameters are available. So how to use that particular parameters and import, export tables parameters. Here I am going to show you some difference between the interfaces versus classes. Now next I'm going to tell you like ABAP development on HANA. This is the one of the most important concept. So our main intention will start here. So we are going to discussing about introduction to the ABAP on HANA. Now next we are going to show you so evaluation of architecture. Now next we are going to discussing about OpenSQL and native SQL. OpenSQL, previously we are developing OpenSQL. Now the present training is native SQL. I am going to show you how to write a native SQL. Now next I'm going to show you some absolute and so some absolute syntaxes are available. I am going to show you that syntaxes, and as well as we are going to discussing about new statements in tables in S4 HANA. So now next we are going to discussing about the code to data diagrams. So I'm going to show you the paradigms and all those things. Now next we are going to show you like various tools of ABAP on HANA in the next couple of classes. Here we are going to discussing about the new age open SQL enhancement in HANA. So here we are going to discussing about inline declaration. So now next we are going to discussing about documentation, how to create a documentation. I'm going to show you in front of your screen. Now next we are going to develop like new joins and types of joins. Like joins like inner join, outer join, left outer join, right outer join. I'm going to show you. Now next we are going to discussing about expressions. Now next we are going to show you ABAP objects and how to implement the objects, all those things. Now next we are going to implement database access, how to access the particular database, and as well as we are going to implement some access. Now next we are going to show you aggregation functions. Now next we are going to discussing about literals. Now next we are going to discussing about the client handling, how to client handling. So I'm going to show you, no problem. Here now next to insidious views in ABAP on HANA. So what is CDS view and why we are going to CDS view? What is the difference between the ABAP CDS and HANA CDS? Now next we are going to discussing about data to code and code to data. So we are going to discussing about the difference between the code to data and data to code. Now next we are going to discussing about types of CDS views, and as well as in this CDS views some annotations are available. I am going to show you at the time of implementation. So in annotations of CDS. Now next we are going to discussing about CDS with joins and parameters, extension and table functions. Now next we are going to show you like consuming CDS view in ABAP on HANA programming. In AMDP ABAP on HANA. So what is AMDP and why we are going to the AMDP? And there are different types of approaches are available, like top to bottom approach and bottom to top approach. Now next we are going to show you the creating the AMDP in ABAP on HANA. So now next how to consuming that particular AMDP in our ABAP programming. Now next we are going to show you one of the most important concepts as a developer, so debugging the MDP. So now next in ADBC in ABAP on HANA. So what is ADBC? Like ABAP database connectivity. So why we are going to the ADBC? How to create the database connectivities. Now next, how to access the particular act, consuming the data into the ABAP program. So this is the one of the most important concepts. Why? Because after migration, entire system will come to the our HANA database. But unfortunately, our client data it will be available some MySQL Oracle databases. So on that time, I want to fetch that particular MySQL Oracle data into the our HANA database. On that time, we are going to implement ADBC like ABAP database connections. I'm going to show you at the time of programming. So now next we are going to discussing about ALV in ABAP on HANA. You know, like ABAP list view. So we are going to discussing about introduction to the ALV IDA. This is a very advanced concept like IDA. So here we are going to discussing about ALV with parameters. We are going to implement like ALV with select options, and as well as we are going to implement like ALV with the field catalog. How to use that particular ALV with totals and subtotals, and as well as we are going to discussing about ALV with sorting also. So now next we are going to discussing about ODATA services. This is also one of the most important concept. Here we are going to discussing about introduction and as well as architecture. So this ODATA main intention SAP to the non-SAP or non-SAP to SAP to transfer the data. For an example, we are going to use as a SAP consultant. We are going to use like SAP system. Unfortunately, our front end system like Fury or any Java or any .NET systems, so unable to understanding our ABAP. So that's why we are going to use these particular OData services converting to the XML JSON format. That XML JSON format will give that particular front end system. Here we are going to discussing about what is OData, how to create some entities, and there are different types of entities types are available. I'm going to show you at the time of development. Now next we are going to discussing about runtime artifacts, and as well as we are going to discussing about DPM and NPM classes, as well as deep entity creations, how to import the functions. Now next we are going to show you how to create the services. Now next we are going to discussing about CRUDQ operations. You know the CRUDQ operations: create, read, update, delete, and query operators. I'm going to show you at the time of development. No worry about. Here we are going to discussing about Fury, like the present trending technology. Like Fury is a front-end technology. So what is SAP Fury, and as well as we are going to discussing about SAP Fury apps library. And now next I'm going to show you Fury Launchpad configurations. Now next we are going to implement like catalogs and groups and tiles. So as well as we are going to implement like PFCG roles. Now next, how to consume that particular CDS view into our query browser, like a web browser. Now next is one of the most important concept, migration to the S4 HANA. Here we are going to discussing about some technical prerequisition of the migration to the S4 HANA. So and as well as we are going to discussing about some steps and activities during the migration of to S4 HANA. So and as well as we are going to show you some tools crossing to the detailed steps. And so here the migration with the help of different consultant like basis consultant and functional consultants. Here I'm going to show you a web role after migration to the activities. So basically, when we are going to the migration, it will take 6 months, 7 months time. But no worry, I'm going to show you some screenshots and steps. No, next, how to optimize the existing programming in ABAP on HANA. This is our content. So here, so this is our content. Now next, we are going to discussing about in depth all the concept. So clear, I getting my screen and voice. Could you please confirm that through chat box? Yeah, okay, then it's fine. Okay, that is overview of our content. So now next, I'm going to start. please mute your mics. We'll get some noise. Okay, right. Here, what is HANA? Reduce the font size, then you can easily understand what is here. Okay, right. What is HANA? So could you please confirm through chat box what is HANA? What is the full form of HANA? If anyone knows, what is HANA? Okay, anyway, no problem. I'm going to tell you. So HANA means high performance analytical appliance. Clear? So here you can see high performance analytical appliance. So SAP HANA is a database, you know, like SAP HANA is a database, or SAP HANA is a data pass application, which was in-memory technology to process huge amount of the data within a short period of time. So HANA use like a column store database by default. Also, we can store the data as raw format. Clear? So the HANA use like a multi-core process, and all the process will be executing parallelly. So now, as well as other relational databases will have single core process, and here the task will be scheduled one after another, like in relational databases. So HANA has a multi-core processor. So these tasks will be scheduled to different process. I'm going to show you the diagram. So what is the difference between the RDBMS and HANA databases, like relational database management as well as HANA database management? So here I'm going to show you small diagram. You can easily understanding what is going on. So here, for an example, I'm going to take, okay, this is the task. Here I'm going to take, okay, processor. So here as well as, yeah, okay, then it's fine. So I'm going to take task 1, I'm going to take task 2, I'm going to take task 3. Here you can see task 1, I'm going to change the font size, get easily understand. 25. This is the task 1. Right. This is the task 2. This is the task 3. So here there are 3 tasks. So here I am going to connect our processor. This is the processor. So this task 1 is connected our processors, as well as task 2, as well as task 3. So this is a relational database management, like RDBMS. So in relational database management like MySQL, Oracle, the processor like a single process. Here, when task 1 has been started, after completion task 1, it will be start task 2. So after task 2 is completed, now next will be started like task 3. So one by one. Here, this is the disadvantages. So then automatically the system performance, it will be slow. it will take some time. So, but in HANA database, I'm going to show you the scenario. So I'm going to take task as well as I'm going to take process. So here you can see. So I'm going to take task 1. I'm going to take task 2. I'm going to take task 3. Here. So here, yeah, as well as I'm going to take one processor. And I'm going to take second processor. I'm going to take third processor, because in HANA database like multi-core processors. So when we are going to use the HANA database, there are multi-core processors are available. Simply HDB, I'm going to call like HDB. So here, so I'm going to take like task 1. Sorry, I'm going to show you implementation time, so you can easily understand what is going on. Task 3. So here, so yeah, this is the processor 1. Processor 1. I'm going to change the font size. The processor 1. So I'm going to copy. So here, yeah, processor 2 as well as processor 3. So here, so need not to wait for the second task. So we are going to run the task 1, task 2, task 3. So it's going to connect task 1 processor 1. In task 2, it's going to connect processor 2. In task 3, it's going to connect processor 3. Need not to wait for the complete task. So entire task will be started parallelly. So then automatically system performance also increase, and as well as output also will get fast. So here, because of these reasons, so because of these reasons, HANA database 100 to 100K better performance comparing with our relational database. This is the one of the most important point. So here, now next I'm going to tell you one more important point. Like HANA means high performance analytical appliance. High, performance, analytical. What is appliance? So anyone idea about appliance? Could you please confirm through chat box? Yeah, okay. Then it's fine. I'm going to tell you what is appliance. Yeah, okay. So here, yeah, next. Okay. So I'm going to save this image. So I'm going to create one folder. Here, 7 a.m. batch. Here. So now next I'm going to show you what is appliance. What is appliance? I'm going to change my font size. Yeah. So I getting my screen font size. Could you please confirm through chat box? So here. So what is appliance? So appliance is a combination of software and hardware. So this is one of the most important point. Hardware. Appliance means it's a combination of software and hardware. So hardware will provide by SAP certified vendors such as Cisco, Hitachi, IBM, HP. So there are this is the main hardware companies. So hardware will provide our SAP certified vendors like Cisco, HP, and IBM. So software will provide by SAP. So you know SAP. So HANA software has been implemented. HANA software has been implemented by using C++ language. C++ language. Okay, no worry about it. So this is the implemented programming language. Now HANA software can run to C Linux enterprise operating system. HANA software can run to C Linux enterprise operating system. Okay. So now next we are going to tell you why we are going to SAP HANA. So I'm going to show you some scenario. So here I'm going to save this image also. That's fine. So now SAP HANA. So I'm going to show you some diagrams. You can easily understand what is going on here. Yeah, okay, no problem. So now I'm going to take, yeah, this is for our SAP ERP system, like Enterprise Resource Planning System. This is our ABAP SAP BW system. I'm going to take SAP BW system. So here, okay, then it's fine. So you can see my intention, yeah, RP. Now this is for our SAP BW system. So here I'm going to move SAP ERP system to SAP BW some data. So yeah, now data moved. Change font size. So like you know SAP ERP and SAP BW like business warehouse. So I'm going to move the data. So here in SAP ERP can support OLTP. You know OLTP. OLTP. So OLTP means online transaction process. So SAP ERP can support online transaction process. Transaction process. So here font size. So you can see so in this online transaction process can support insert can support insert and can support update can support modify, can support delete. Here, SAP BW system can support OLAP. What is OLAP? Online analytical process. Here, or analysis process. Online analysis process. Here, can support only select query. Only select query. So, for example, I'm going to tell you one real-time scenario here. The SAP ERP means entire system are available. So, for example, I am going to maintain some organization. So, I am the owner of this. I am the owner of that particular organization. So, thing is, I have sub branches. I have different sub branches are available. So, every sub branches will generating some business. So here, so the entire business is going on. So on that particular business, whatever the operators like salespersons can data enter like customers data and like sales and purchase, all those things, customers data and vendors data. So the salespersons can enter the data, then automatically entire data will be stored or BW. So, but salespersons won't delete that particular data. So that's why you are going to maintain the different systems like SAP, ERP, and BW. My intention, for an example, I have some inputs of data, like we have different types of marketing strategies and different type of marketing products, entire scenario in SAP ERP. But in our as a business owner, I am going to insert the data, I am going to delete the data, I am going to update the data, I am going to modify the data. But sales person won't support insert, update, modify, delete data. So that is the main intention to the make different systems, the previous ECC systems. So now next I am going to show you one more diagram, can easily understanding what is going on. Clear? Here I am going to take SAP ERP. This is our SAP ERP. No. So here I am going to take one more. Oh, okay. Then it's fine. I am going to tell you simple scenario. So this is our SAP ERP. This is our SAP BW. You can see. So in SAP ERP can maintain separate database, like this is the Oracle database, and as well as this is one more Oracle databases. So here, yeah, okay. This is SAP ERP system. I'm going to change the font size. As well as this is SAP BW. So here SAP ERP maintain one Oracle database, as well as one more Oracle. SAP BW maintain one more Oracle database. So here I'm going to move the data with the help of ETL. So I'm going to tell you what is ETL. So here this is the ETL. So there are two separate databases. Here we are going to use two separate databases. RDB. I am going to use like a DB shortcut. So here we are going to maintain two separate databases. Okay, clear? So I'm going to tell you what is ETL. So here we are going to connect. So this is for previous architecture. So we are going to maintain different databases, but in a HANA database, I'm going to tell you the advantages. So when we are going to use as a HANA database, so I'm going to show you one more diagram. I'm going to see, yeah, one more diagram. See here, I'm going to take SAP ERP system, and as well as we are going to take SAP BW system. So here, so this is for our SAP ERP. Now next, this is our SAP BW system. So here we are going to use only single HANA database. You can see, yeah, so here I'm going to use SAP as a HANA database. SAP HANA. So it's like in-memory database. In-memory, okay, or database. So here, so there are different types of systems, but it will be connected to only single HANA database. You need not to worry about multiple databases. Why? Because it's in-memory database. Clear? It's going to connect our HANA database as well as it's going to connect our HANA database like SAP ERP and SAP BW. They will be connect our HANA database. This is the advantages when we are going to use HANA data, but we are going to use some restrictions and so now next. But thing is, the previously SAP ERP can support OLTP and SAP BW can support OLAP. But here SAP HANA database can support both OLTP and OLAP. So I'm going to show you one more diagram. So here you can see this is the SAP HANA database. SAP HANA database. So here can support OLTP and as well as OLTP. Right. So this HANA database can support OLTP and OLTP. This is niche. No worry, I'm going to give the documentation and I'm going to view this particular images. You can take reference purpose. So here HANA has a capability of processing the taking the both OLTP and OLAP. Okay. What's the time? Okay, right. So we have 20 minutes of time. No problem. We are going to discussing about remaining scenarios. So here we are going to discussing about in depth what is OLTP. So here, what is OLTP? Could you please confirm the chat box what is OLTP? You know what I'm going to tell you. Online transactional processing. Clear? Exactly what is OLTP? Here in OLTP system, will post the transactional such as creating sales order, purchase order, etc. in SAP. So HANA we use like insert, update, modify, delete statement for the data creations. Clear? So as OLTP won't support business analysis, that's why you are going to use like SAP ERP data to transfer SAP BW with the help of ETL. Like ETL means extract transactional load periodically. So okay, anyway, I'm going to show you the particular diagrams. So here it came right. 7 image. So here you can see this particular image. So here you can see. So as OLTP won't support business analysis, that's why you are going to use SAP ERP data to transfer SAP BW help of ETL. So ETL means is extract the transactional load periodically. Now next I'm going to tell you what is OLAP. Here you can see. So I'm going to expand it. So here the OLAP means online analytical process. The OLAP systems is used to the business data analysis. Here we can see the select query to extract data from the database. That is the difference between the OLTP and OLAP. But in HANA database can support OLTP and OLAP, need not to worry about different databases. So why? Because HANA database is a multi-core processor and as well as it's the in-memory database. Clear? Now next we are going to discussing about what is the difference between the row store and column store, as well as we are going to give one example. Okay. So I'm going to save. I'm going to take new page. Here we are going to discussing about what's the time right now. Okay, no problem. I'm going to continue. Row store versus column store. This is the one of the most important concept here. So here you can see the data will be created in the row format, like previously we are using like RDBMS. In this particular RDBMS, data will be created like a row format. So data will be stored like a column format. So in row store, all the database systems supporting the row store by default except HANA. So HANA will support the column store by default, and as well as row stores, some aggregations of columns is not possible in row store. So aggregations and columns is possible at the database level using the column store. So I'm going to show you with example, no worry. So data processing slower than the column store, data processing faster than the row store. Here data compression will not happen at the database level. Column stores will get the compression. Okay, I'm going to tell you what is compression. So now the row stores can support OLTP system only. Row stores can support OLTP system. In column store, support OLTP and OLAP system. Yeah, I'm going to show you one diagram. You can easily understand what is going on. So for an example, I'm going to take one table. I'm going to take one table. So here you can see. Okay. Here, this is one row. I'm going to take second row. Okay. I'm going to take customer ID, take customer ID, and I'm going to take name. Now next I'm going to take quantity here. Now next I'm going to take amount. Okay, right. So here this like cost ID. So this is like a name. This is like a quantity QTY. I'm going to take shortcut. So here now next this is amount AMT. So in this customer ID like C1, name like A, quantity like 10, the amount was 150. Now next I'm going to take the customer ID C2, here the name like B. I'm going to take quantity 15, here the amount was 200. So now next the customer ID is C3, name was C, the quantity 20, here the amount was 75. So I'm going to tell you the row stores and column store. So here you can take, this is I'm going to show you what is row store. When we are going to take row stores, it's going to store like C1, A, 10, 150. Now next is going to next row. So like select customer ID like C1, name A, and quantity 10, and amount is 150. Now next it's going to stores. So now next it's going to second row like C2, and the name like B. Now next quantity like 15, and amount like 200. So now next it's going to store like C3, here you can see C3, the name like C. Now quantity 20. Now next it's going to store amount 75. It's a row format. Okay, clear. But my intention, I'm going to show you column format also. This is the row store format like C1, customer ID, name, quantity, amount. Then next it will go to next row C2, and name B, and quantity 15, amount like 200. Now next the customer ID like C3, name like C, and quantity is 20, and amount is 75. Then it's fine. Here you can see. So I'm going to tell you column store also. So when we are going to use column store, here, so it's going to store like customer ID. Okay. So it's going to store like column format, customer ID like C1. Now it is going to store like C2. Next it's going to store like C3. Then next it's going to name, going to store like A. Now next is going to store B. Now next is going to store C. Now next it's going to store like quantities QTY. So here you can see like 10. It's going to store like 15. Now next it's going to store 20. Now next it's going to store amount like 150. Now next it's going to store 200. Now next it's going to store 75. Here you can see. So when we are going to use column store, it's going to store like column format like customer ID C1, C2, C3. Now next it's going to second column name ABC. Now next it's the third column like quantity 10, 15, 20. Now next it's going to store like amount 150, 275. So here so I am going to update some data. I am going to update some data like C4 customer. The name was D and quantity like 30 and amount was 150. So when we are going to update, okay, I'm going to show you the diagrammatically. You can easily understand what is going on. Yeah, no worry. I'm going to close in the next couple of minutes, like within 5 minutes. So here there are a lot of advantages are available in column store. I'm going to tell you. So here the C3. So here. So I'm going to update data C4 D name was D. Here the quantity like 30. The amount like 50. So okay, right. When we are going to update the data, for example, so then automatically it's going to like okay, like this single shot. When we are going to update in row format, like the C4 is going to update D, it's going to update 30, it's going to update D like amount. So when we are going to update in column format, so you can see customer ID, then we'll go to the name. Now next it will go to quantity. Now next it will go to amount. So like this. So here like C4 D, then 30, then 50. So here you can see we are going to use 4 times to update the data. That's why it will go to. So when we are going to use column store, it will get some time. It will get some time. Here update faster. So there are a lot of advantages in column store, no worry. So when we are going to fetch entire quantity data, just like sum of the quantity, then automatically 10, 15, 20, 30 it will be added. But in the row store, if I want to particular quantity data like 10, 15, 20, 30, I want to fetch entire row database table, entire database table. Then we are going to do some operations loop and loop. But here we need not to worry about entire table. We need only this particular column like quantity. Then automatically entire quantity it will be showing. No worry, I am going to show you the SQL queries. You can easily understand what is going on. So okay, I am going to close the session. So what is the image file? So what's the time right now? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm going to close the session. So tomorrow we'll continue our session 7 a.m. Yeah, thank you.